This is the new Hyboxing 903 Vanguard. It is a 1/12 scale RC monster truck, ideal for someone starting out in the RC hobby. It's part of the new range of vehicles that Hyboxing are currently offering, and even though it is one of the lower end models, I think it will still be a really good truck, as I have only ever had a great experience with HBX products. I'm going to do various different things with this today. We'll take a look at what we get in the box and we'll find out what great features the truck has. We'll then get it out and see how it performs. So let's make a start. Let's see what we get in the box. Now, we don't get a huge amount with this model. We'll start with the battery. We get a 1500 milliamp hour 2S lithium ion battery, and I'm sure this will get the job done absolutely fine. Usually, you know, with models in this sort of price range, we do get a small LiPo battery, but I've got nothing against lithium ion batteries, and they're not too bad. It should give us a decent amount of runtime, as the truck is very lightweight. We get a black and white manual, a USB charger, pretty much the standard stuff that we see on these cheap cars, a decal sheet, and as you can see, I have already applied the decals to the body, but that is something you will have to do. You also get a set of LED lights, and you can't see them on the counter here because, again, I have already fitted those, and that is a very simple and easy process. You simply slot them into the bumper and then plug them into the 2-in-1 ESC and receiver unit. We get some spare body clips, and finally the usual Hyboxing style transmitter. These things aren't too bad. They do feel quite cheap, but they only take 2 AA batteries, nice and light and good enough to get you up and running. So that is all we get in the box with the HBX 903. There's only one thing left to do. Let's take a look at the truck itself. Here it is then. This is the Hyboxing 903 Vanguard, and initial impressions, I think it looks really, really good. So there's not really a huge amount going on the outside of the truck. We have got a nice flexible plastic bumper on the front, and we've got the LEDs fitted there, and we'll talk more about the LEDs later. You don't get a rear bumper on this, which is a little bit of a shame, but it's not the end of the world. And that is pretty much all we have got going on the outside. What we'll do is we'll get the body off and we'll talk a little bit more about what is going on underneath. So just like all the other HBX models out there, everything on this truck is made out of plastic, and I've said it so many times before and I'm happy to keep saying it. The plastic that they use is nice and flexible. It always takes a good beating when it comes to bashing, and when starting out in the RC hobby, it's very important, as most beginners won't really want to be fixing their new car every 5 minutes. So, you know, buying something like this as a beginner, I know for a fact it is going to be very, very durable. HBX are known for producing high quality and durable cars, and their 16889 is still one of the most durable RC cars I currently own. Let's talk about the electronics then. We get a 390 sized brush motor. We've got a 2-in-1 ESC and receiver unit. You do get a nice blue heat sink on the motor, and that is going to help to keep things nice and cool. We also get a 3-wire 17-gram servo, which will be easy to upgrade should you wish to do so at a later time. The LED lights are very easy to fit. As you can see, all you need to do is slot them into the bumper, run the cable through and plug it in to one of the ports on the ESC. Here is a quick test showing you what the LEDs look like, and they are extremely bright, and this is one of those nice features that I always like to see on cheap RC cars. Unfortunately, you don't get metal drive shafts on this truck as standard, but they do sell them as an upgrade option. Looking down into the centre of the chassis, it looks like we get a plastic centre drive shaft, and again, I'm pretty sure if you want to upgrade that to metal, the optional parts will be available. Moving on then, let's talk about the shocks on this truck. Now, out of the box, we have got friction shocks, and they do feel a little bit springy, a little bit bouncy. As you can see, it doesn't take a lot to make this thing bottom out. This isn't going to be very good on any sort of jumps. You know, I think the best thing to do would be to get the upgraded oil-filled shocks. They're going to make a huge difference to the overall performance of this truck. Even though the wheels are a very basic design, I still really like them, especially when the body shell's on. I think the overall look of the truck is really, really nice. Tyre-wise, yeah, they don't feel too bad. quite a firm compound, and I don't think we get foam inserts. In fact, I'm pretty sure we don't get foam inserts, but overall, not too bad. Obviously the truck is 4-wheel drive, it's fully proportional, and you do get a set of ball bearings all round. So I think we've talked enough, let's get the battery charged up. We will head out and find out how the Vanguard 903 actually performs. As usual, the first thing I'm going to do is a speed test. Now they state this will do 32 kilometers per hour out the box, which is about 19 miles per hour. Will it do it? Let's find out. Now it is a little bit damp today. As usual, it's been raining here in the UK. Pretty much your standard stuff. Can't wait for the summer. It's just not nice coming out in the freezing cold making these videos. Now we have to remember this is running a tiny little 390 brushed motor. Now I don't know if we're going to see 19, it doesn't feel like 19. We may get 16, 17. Right, we'll do one more pass and we'll see what we got. Right, let's see what we got. 17. So 17 is really not a bad speed, considering they say it will do 19. I am very pleased with that. So we've tested out how fast it will go. Let's have some fun with it. There we go then, a nice successful run with the HBX 903. Now I really like this little truck, it's a very versatile little machine. It's not perfect, and again I think it could do with some of the upgrades that are available, but overall a very decent little performer, especially considering how much it costs. I think this truck could really do with a little bit more power, which is why with a very cheap brushless conversion, I think you could have a lot of fun with it. Now this truck is by no means perfect, and it could definitely do with some of those cheap upgrades to make it perform even better, but the thing that really does impress me is the fact that Hyboxing have been honest about the speeds that this can achieve. Yes, we only got 17 miles per hour, but they do advertise that it will do 19, but I can let them off with 2 miles per hour, and I have no doubt, you know, on a different day, maybe when it's not so wet, I reckon it could actually do the 19. And I'm really impressed with Hyboxing for being honest about the speed with this truck, because there's a lot of other cheap brands out there who keep telling us that their trucks will do a certain speed and they never ever come close. The one thing I would say is if you are looking to run on grass or longer grass, you may want to consider something slightly larger, maybe a 1/10 scale truck, because this did struggle a little bit in the longer grass. Excellent work, High Boxing. This is definitely a very good option for someone starting out in the RC hobby. Get those upgrades on there, maybe even a mild brushless system, and this little truck is going to be all you need to keep you happy. So we're going to leave the video there today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the HBX 903 Vanguard in action, and if you did, be sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this truck. Is this a good choice for a beginner? Let me know in the comments section. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got loads of great videos on their way, so stay tuned. I know a lot of you are really excited to see the HBX 901A. That thing is seriously impressive, and I think that's got the potential to be the best cheap and budget RC for 2022. But you'll have to wait and see. That video will be along very soon. Cheers guys, and I'll see you again soon on the next one. Take care.